Okay, folks, we're now live. Bismillah, welcome back. We're looking at how we change fractions into percentages. Okay, right, lovely. Now, we've got different techniques of doing it. We can use the equivalent technique, equivalent fraction technique, or we use the traditional technique. We'll show you both.
Okay.
Here we go. Ready?
But is that the title?
Yes, changing fractions to percentages. We do this work on the sheet.
Oh.
No, actually, no, do it in your book, that's better. No, you do your homework on the sheet. You do the classwork in the book.
Oh.
Okay. It's equivalent technique. Class books open, please. Class books. Let's get started. 2/10. First example. Equivalent technique.
20%.
Hang on a second. You just shout your answer. I'm talking about technique. You give me answers. Equivalent technique. We've got to change the fraction, which is already a tenth, into hundredths.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the equivalent technique on this side. So 2/10, because the 10 is a factor of 100, we can use this technique. So let's have a look. What do we do? So how does the 10 become the 100? What do you do, Yusuf?
We times it by 10.
And what we do to the bottom, we must do to the to keep the fraction balanced.
Oh.
Okay, 2 times by 10 is 20. Now, is 20 over 100? Percentage is what? What are percentages? Percentages are numbers out of.
100.
So the actual top part of the answer is my answer. So 2/10 is what?
20%. Josh, in our homework, do we do like that?
I'm just showing you 2/10. Next one is 1/10. This on this side here we're going to use. This is called the traditional method. It's one that should normally teach in school. Got that, huh? Show the next. My questions are set into this diary. Yours, obviously, you copying them out and setting them out, making a presentation of them. Okay? Alright, yes. Homework in your homework book. Yeah.
So do what's that? Time by something?
Time by 10, time by 10. To make, so we started there. Now, 1/10, we need to change any fraction into a percentage. What do we do to it? Anybody, any ideas?
You divide it, what is it equivalent? You gotta make it equivalent, you gotta times it by 10.
By?
10. Wait, so basically.
Times it by? 100 over?
100.
So this question now becomes a multiplying fractions question. It's not a difficult question, but it's just different technique of doing it. So let's have a look at how we do that. So when we multiply fractions, we need to try to cancel diagonally where possible. This is diagonally. This diagonally won't work because they're both already 1. So family, what can I divide 10 and 100 by? Highest common factor. You divide them both by 10. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 100 divided by 10 is 10. So we have left over now 1 times by 10 on the top is, and 1 times by 1 on the bottom is, and 10 divided by 1 is 10. So this is another technique. Okay, this is one technique. Sometimes you can't always use this technique, so you have to use this one. So it's good to know both. Okay, let's do a few more questions and then we'll release you onto the questions. This one next. 7 over 25. I want to make equivalent to hundredths.
Just can you pick what method you want to do?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. What do this one? How does 25 become 100? Times by 4. If I multiply the bottom by 4, I have to multiply the
Top by 4.
top by 4. So that gives you what's the top here?
28 over 100.
28 over 100. Now, What is the answer as a percentage?
28%.
28. The top number is the answer. Done. Okay. Let's do another question using the other technique. Okay, number 5. So we have 1 over 50. I'm going to use the traditional technique, which we multiply it by 100 over 1. Now, somebody give me an idea. We can't, this way we can't. We try to cancel this, we can't because that's already simplest form. It can be 1.
So,
Now, which way? This way cancel, yes?
yeah.
So, Fahmi, what do I cancel it by? These two. What will they both divide by? The biggest number. Don't give him the answer.
200.
Whoa. Go on.
10.
Shh. That's it. You can't divide by 10, but that's not the biggest. Go on. Fatima.
50.
50. 50 divided by 50 is 1. 100 divided by 50 is 2. So we have 1 times by 2 is 2. And that's 1. Okay. So 1/50th as a percentage is worth how much percent?
2%.
2% using the traditional technique. Let's do one more using the equivalent technique. Okay. We have 10 over 200. And we need to get to 100. What do we do this time? We don't multiply, we, Yusuf, divide by 2.
Yeah.
200 divided by
2.
2. We'll give you, what you do to the bottom, you do to the top.
5.
So the final answer is
5%.
5%. Okay, I've done enough questions here. Yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to highlight some questions for you now.
Divided by 2.
Yeah, this one here should be divided by 2 there.
Split my page into a margin.
Yes. Okay, I'm highlighting the questions I want you to try. Off you go. Do those questions now, please. Okay, folks, we're going back to live now. It's 7/8. We're going to use the traditional technique. You've got my space over here. So it is traditional method, 7/8. We're going to multiply that by 100 over 1. So what do we do here? We try to, as we're doing multiplying fractions, cancel diagonally. This diagonal doesn't work because they're both that's prime number and that one's just 1. This way, can we cancel this way?
Yeah.
What can we divide them by?
4.
4. Once we cancel them, can't cancel them more, family, what do we do next? You should be copying this down as I'm writing, you should be copying it down. For those of you who haven't done this question, you should be copying it down.
So close.
So we got 7 times by 25. Who's brave? 7 times by 25, Yusuf. Go on. 7 times by 25 is
170.
7 times by 25.
175.
And 2 times by 1 is 2. So we now need to do 175 divided by 2. So 175 divided by 2. So 0, 1, 8, 1. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. You have to extend the number. So 2 into 15 will give us what? 7 made 1.
Yes, 25. 80.
So the answer is
87. 88. 87.5.
To get your answer for tonight.
okay, right. Now what we're gonna do, the question which I've asked you to do, I'm gonna clear the page and quickly do them for those of you. Okay? You've done it for the rest of the class. Yeah? Because some of you struggle in the back of the class. Okay, right, I'm gonna clear the page Completely. Right, can you remind me which question I just gave you now for classwork? Remind me.
110.
110.
325.
Oh,
110.
110.
325. What?
Shh, quiet. It's one person.
8.
Shh, quiet. One person.
325. 8 200.
Yeah.
7 tenths. 20 over 100. And then
Calm
2
down.
And then?
250.
Okay, let's quickly.
That's not number 1 because we already did that one.
Okay. What will you do for number? Yeah, we can leave that one
Layla
out.
has to change it into a 9.
Okay. 3 over 25. Okay, Layla, we're watching. We're going to change 25, 25th, 3 25ths into hundredths. So what do we do, Layla? Times by what? Okay, we don't, 25 times by, the number will give us 100 will give us what? 25 times by 4. Turn the bottom by 4. You turn the top by 4. So 3 times by 4 is 12. So 12 over 100. So the final answer is 12%. Okay, 8 over 200. I want to make equivalent to 100. Why? Because we can. Because here now 200 actually is a multiple of 100. So we can cancel it back down. So how do we get change 200 into 100? What do we do?
But you
If we divide the bottom by 2, we can.
do the top.
We must do the top. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. And the top number is the answer. So the final answer is
4%.
4%. Okay, it might all look easy when I'm doing it, but some of you are struggling on these questions. 7 tenths, Layla. You've got to make the tenth equivalent to 100. Why? Because we can, because the 10 is a factor of 100. Okay, so what do we do to the bottom? We turn the bottom by 10. If you turn the bottom by 10, what do we do to the top? Times it by. So the answer is 70 over 100. 70 over 100 is 70%. Are we getting the flow with this, folks?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. 20 over 100 was a trick question. The question is the answer. 20 over 100, the answer is
20.
nothing to do, just pull out the answer. Okay, next one, 2 fifths. So we change fifths into hundredths.
Actually, you're going too fast.
We change the fifths into hundredths. So what we do to the 5? We times by 20.
Times the top by 20.
We turn the bottom by 20, times the.
Top by 20.
So 2 times by 20 is.
40.
So 40 over 100 will give us what percentage?
40%.
Do that.
Okay. That's lovely.